Hey guys, it's Kim and Jen with Arc Meeting Now, and we're here with a very special episode of Will You Accept This Rosé, where we're gonna break down Hannah B's new trailer, The Bachelorette, and we're also gonna rate for 30 guys.
Today we went with a dry rosé. It's a Dreaming Tree rosé because her trailer for this season was very dreamy, very Taylor Swifty. She's walking through a forest. Cheers to this season.
Cheers to this season. It's gonna be a train wreck.
All right, here we go. Fresh take, first look at the newest trailer for Hannah B's season of The Bachelorette.
I'm so excited.
This season, get ready for a Bachelorette like we've never had before.
There she's in the forest.
Okay, Chris Harrison fell.
Oh, whoa! Oh my God, there's gonna be rugby!
Anything about me.
Oh, cool, she cries. This is probably like the first
I don't
episode.
want to do this.
You don't want to do this?
What?
You signed a contract, honey.
Somebody would jump a fence. I knew that was gonna happen.
Hannah, this package isn't complete without you.
A package joke.
Oh my God.
And that's not the only surprise.
What a big van.
Oh, Demi and Katie.
Unbelievable.
Ooh, they go to Ireland.
Yeah, they do. We're many kills. Many kills. I cannot wait.
Hot tub scene.
You gotta have one of those in The Bachelor.
That man's naked.
I'm here for Hannah.
God, that guy's hot.
Don't you ever
was really
forget it. I can.
Oh, they're running in kills.
You are not gonna mess it up. You're violating.
Whoa.
You are a psychopath.
Oh my God, there's rugby, there's kills. I'm so into this.
There's growling.
There's an ambulance. Oh.
Will the men propose?
I have no.
I hope
doubt
so.
in
That's the
my
point of the show.
mind that
I want somebody to fight for me. That's what I deserve.
What?
Wow. I feel like that was a horrible YouTube video to watch because it ended.
I'm like actually really excited. And I really was not excited for this season.
I know, me neither.
I'm like actually pumped.
It has my favorite things. Competition among men, competition among men wearing skirts, and competition among men wearing very tight, small shorts.
The guy's like way hotter on this trailer than
That's
these
what I'm
headshots.
saying. ABC never does a good job of taking headshots. They play it way down. We have pulled up the Reality Steve website sans spoilers, just with more background information on the contestants for The Bachelor.
So without further ado, let's get to the men. Let's start reviewing them. Got your wine?
That's how important it is because I just moved the wine out of the way.
First up, we got Mateo V, 25 from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, he's got some pictures on his Instagram from him and a blonde woman in Rome next to the fountain from Lizzie McGuire movie. If you're gonna wear a leather jacket, make it a black leather jacket. Don't make it a brown leather jacket. Commit unless you're colorblind. And then I'm sorry that I just made fun of you because genuinely that's a handicap.
Next up, we got Joseph B, 30 years old, from
Chicago,
Illinois.
Deep dish, Chicago.
Chicago.
Chicago. Account representative at Continental Packaging.
Maybe he's the guy in the trailer that jumps out in a package.
Oh my God,
Could
I
be
so
the guy.
hope so.
I bet it is, yeah. On his Instagram picture that Reality Steve is showing, he looks like he aged like 30 years from being on this show. He has literally gray hair.
More Instagram pictures of him and with kids. Stop posting pictures of you with babies on your Instagram if they're not yours. It's
Right.
confusing.
Unless he's one of those guys on Bumble that's like, that's my nephew in the picture. There's always those guys.
They have to put a disclaimer.
Yeah, they do. All right, Jen. I think this is gonna be my favorite contestant of the whole season. Tyler C, 26 from Jupiter, Florida. Hannah B is like well known for not finishing her sentences, but like if I saw this guy, I don't think I'd be able to formulate a sentence either. He is a babe.
He played college football at Wake Forest as the backup QB for 2 years.
Of course he did.
Then transferred to Florida Atlantic University. Didn't know that was a place. Sounds kind of like SeaWorld. And played wide receiver for 2 years.
Male model.
Wait, the male model is hyperlinked. I'm not going to click on it because we have to get through the rest of this video.
Oh, please.
And he also works in construction.
What?
Front runner. You won't even let his picture off the bottom. You kept him on the top.
Let me
Just give Kim
Let
this
me just
for
like
now.
move it over here. Next up, Luke P, the guy who literally played like all the time in the whole trailer. 24, he's from Gainesville, Georgia. He's also from the South.
Did they just cruise through all the southern states and they were like, oh, did you play football? Are you from one of these 3 states?
To be honest, I feel like he kind of has crazy eyes. And after watching that trailer and him like growling and like getting mad at the guys, this guy looks pretty violent.
It's a He could be a predator. Luke P is probably going to be a villain this season. I'm ready for it.
Next. Okay, we got Jed W, 25 Nashville.
W.
He's probably a musician because he's from Nashville.
The W, don't assume that about everyone from Nashville.
I will.
The W, you know what? He definitely is currently a musician. He's got a recent single, Vacation.
All right, let's pull this up.
We're about to go listen.
We're about to pull this up. Hold on. Vacation.
Uh-oh.
He's trying to be Thomas Rhett right now.
Spending my weekend at the same location.
Oh no.
How did this bar turn into an oasis? Let's see where this place goes.
This is a real bummer, Jed.
You feel on vacation.
We officially just finished our bottle because of that song.
Anytime a white man who plays guitar tries to imitate a Jamaican accent, I get a little concerned.
There's nothing more to say. Connor S, 24 from Dallas, Texas. This is my guy from when he was on After the Final Rose. He had the step.
Oh,
I did like him a lot. I feel like he could be a potential front runner.
He's gonna be your front runner,
He's gonna be
dude.
my front runner.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna place him in my pile over here. Luke S, 29 from Washington, D.C. He was one of the guys on the rose ceremony.
Does this guy look 29 to anyone with half a
No.
brain? I don't know if you can zoom in on this video at this point, but hot dog. He looks like Mr. Tumnus from Chronicles of Narnia. He looks like a little man. We have not even made it through half of these guys. A lot has been edited out at this point in the video, but we've also run out of wine. So I'm just gonna replace it real quick with the cheap one we got as a backup. So at this point, here's the cheap backup. It's a good callback to one of the first bottles of wine that Kim and I drank together
Yes.
filming.
So the next guy we're gonna talk about is Dustin.
Oh, I got him right here.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Dustin
K, 30 from Chicago.
Chicago, deep
Chicago,
dish,
another
the
Chicago.
Cubs. I just
Really
want to
different
also call
pose.
attention to the fact that you can see an Apple Watch in that photo, and it's very prevalent. He also has what looks to be a hair tie on his right hand.
Oh.
Not
He doesn't
that
have enough hair to have a man bun though.
not yet. It's gonna be a long season. Bye, Dustin.
Next up, we got Brian B, 30 from Louisville, Kentucky.
He must have just turned 30 because Reality Steve reported on him when he was 29. He's the math teacher.
Oh, he's a teacher. Oh, that's kind of cute, actually.
Here's what's going on with him in all of his photos. He's got a little hair flip at the top that he's kind of capitalized on, the little pyramid at the top.
Moves
That's
fast.
what he's working. Bye, Brian.
Woof! John Paul J. What is up with that hair?
The last J in John Paul J stands for Jones. How many first names can you fit in a full name?
I have nothing else to say about John Paul James.
Jones.
Moving on to Hunter J, 24 from West Story, California. I think Jen knows him.
I've met him before. Real
Crazy.
stand-up guy. He used to date my friend Evie. I won't say her last name for security reasons, but I was a huge fan of him when I met him. No idea how far he'll go because he's actually a cool guy, and he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who'd go on reality TV to genuinely find love. Also, you peaked with Evie. What? Bye.
Ooh. Darren B, 25, more like 45.
The B stands for Blalock, and he's got a twin brother.
Kim Renee, 30 from Austin, Texas.
I could swim in those eyes. This was the guy that had some medical condition that was like, oh, I suffer from lymphedema. He's a computer sales guy, which isn't a spoiler. But lymphedema, I guess, is a really serious disease that no one knows about.
Chasen C, 27 from Longview, Washington.
Pacific Northwest. I'm into this guy. He reminds me of my cousin. Not in a weird sexual way, just to clarify. I'm rooting for this guy. This guy's definitely still hotter than my cousin, but don't tell my cousin.
Next up, we got Grant E, 30, San Clemente, California. Honestly, reminds me of Evan from Bachelorette / Bachelor in Paradise, the one that Carly married. The erectile dysfunction guy. Erectile dysfunction guy.
Hey, have you heard of a button-up? Have you heard of a quarter zip? No, I'd rather wear an undershirt that I got at Costco. Connor J, 28, Newport Beach. I feel like he works in finance, but who cares? He's from Southern California. He wore a quarter zip in his headshot for ABC. Dumbass. Be sure to follow us on Twitter At OCN_Rosé Reviews, we'll be reviewing every episode. We'll be live tweeting it. We'll come into the office every Tuesday morning, ready to pound some rosé and give you some fresh takes on what happened the night before. It's gonna be a wild season. Congrats, Hannah B, on having a bunch of hot dudes all compete for you physically.
Right. Cheers.